Welcome to episode 3 of the We Call Game podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Vino.
Joey Jones in the building.
And today marks a very, very special episode. Obviously, unfortunately, we're a year on. We mark the death of the legend himself, Kobe Bean Bryant. So today, we're going to do something a little bit different, but first, let's couple things you gotta do for us. What's that?
Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend.
All of that. Yep. But let's start with being gone.
Yeah.
What's he mean to you?
Well, Kobe Bryant is probably the reason why I like the NBA the way I do. He was the first player that I gravitated to because I picked up the NBA in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And yeah, just seeing his journey
I'll say for me, like Kobe Bryant is like the most successful anti-hero I think I've ever seen. Like imagine like Dragon Ball Z and Vegeta's always doing the thing. Like that's what Kobe Bryant is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not Goku. Like rest Kakarot, I've got this. Done it his way. 20 years, same team. Obviously, drafted out of high school. Was the sixth player to do that. First guard, I think, to do that as well. But we'll get into that. But yeah, for me, it was mostly the same. Like, I started watching basketball early 2000s as well, and like, but even before that, like in pop culture, like I knew about basketball obviously through Michael Jordan and that, and I'd say like through like even TV and that, Kobe Bryant was like the first LeBron James. The first young prodigy. It was him and Allen Iverson. Man was in Hang Time, he was in Moesha and stuff all that stuff you're watching on TV, you saw Kobe in it. So then when I started watching basketball, it was like obviously that's the first person you're gonna sort of gravitate to.
And he was doing things with Destiny's Child as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, come on. So that's what. So I'd say a football equivalent. He was like the first.
You could say like a Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, for England, yeah, Wayne Rooney. I say Cristiano Ronaldo, but obviously, we gotta go GOAT territory when we talk about being in it. But so let's start. Let's go with his childhood. We're gonna sort of do something differently. Like I said, we're gonna try and run through chronologically. We're gonna cover today the first 10 years of his career. We're gonna do 96 till 2006, and then we hope to do the part 2 of this episode on his birthday. So that'll be the last 10 years of his career, I guess. 2006 to 2016, is that right? Yeah. So let's start. What, you ready, bro?
Yeah.
You're not gonna say anything too blasphemous, are you?
Wait, we'll see.
Or you gonna stay in check?
We'll see.
This is my day today. This is about young Mamba, Froby, number 8, the number 8 years. You ready, fam?
We'll see. Listen, I'm notorious for...
Obviously, we got the jersey out. I know what you're gonna say later. I know what you're gonna be saying later, fam. We're not gonna hate on Shaq today. We're not gonna do any of that. But obviously, we'll touch on his relationship with Shaq and that. But hopefully, this will be like a nice listen for all the Kobe fans out there that are like me. We're devastated when we heard the news that he passed. I mean, so young as well. We thought that. Like, man won an Oscar as well. We thought we were going to see him at Staples grow old and that, shaking all the new legends' hands in that front row. And unfortunately, when God calls you, he calls you. So,
yeah, bruv. Where we starting? Are we starting in Italy or we starting...
Yeah, let's go to the basics. He's born August 23rd, 1978 in Philadelphia. His dad, Joe Bryant, was an NBA player. He played for the 76ers. By all accounts, was a pretty decent hand. But his father came out the league when he was 3 and moved to Italy. And that's where he grew up until he went high school. And he went to Lower Merion High School. And his coach described him. He said Kobe was a difficult teammate in terms of how demanding he was. But I think he was a good teammate in the sense he held people accountable. I just don't think he had real natural leadership at that age. His form of communication was, if you're not giving 110%, you're going to hear from me. That's early.
I don't even think there's anything wrong with that, bruv. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
was that
think
way.
there's anything wrong with that. Like, you need people in your life to hold you to a higher standard, bruv. You do. But maybe the way in which Kobe done it is probably what rubbed people the wrong way. Like, I think... But I don't know. I think that quote, there's nothing wrong with that quote.
That's what I'm... Like, for me, if that's my teammate, if I'm in the locker room with you... Excuse me. Yeah, if I'm in the locker room with you and that's my teammate, like, that's... And especially if you're that good, like, if you're getting us wins, I have no problem with that. We're not here to joke around. We're not here to... But obviously, like, he's probably thinking, like, yeah, I'm trying to be in the NBA. I'm trying to be the greatest of all time, and all of you lot are just playing on some joke...
Yeah, and
joke high school thing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and I just think it's male ego as well, like, don't like to be... That male ego doesn't like to be checked in it, so... When you've got man that are just trying to hold you accountable off the jump, like, yeah. It's gonna rub man the wrong way. But there's nothing wrong with that.
He led Lower Marion High to their first AAAA state title in 54 years. He finished his 3 seasons with a 73-13 record, with 2,883 points, and apparently outscored Wilt Chamberlain to set the all-time mark in southeastern Pennsylvania. So anytime you beat Wilt Chamberlain at anything, you're saying something. At Wilt, there's still more high school points in the state of Pennsylvania than Wilt Chamberlain. What are you saying to that?
Kobe was a good high school player still. But I think, obviously, we're going to...
Top 10 high school players ever, easy.
Whoa. We're going to have to run through them. What, we got Kareem.
We'll do that one day. Yeah, Kareem's definitely in there.
Yeah,
LeBron.
We got LeBron. We got Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a good high school. We got Magic. Magic won a championship at every level. Yeah. So, yeah, it's Magic 4.
I think he's in there, you know.
We'll fact check that. We'll visit that at a later date.
I think he's definitely in the shout. Kevin Garnett's probably in there as well. So... He declared for... Oh, yeah, little side note. He took Brandy to the prom in 96.
Winning.
Yep. So for all you out there just like, oh, yeah, he didn't like brown skin women. He didn't like his sisters, fam.
He loved his sisters.
By all accounts, Brandy will tell you Kobe was smitten by her, but apparently she turned him down for Mace. He was too much of a good boy. They stayed tight. Imagine that.
Yeah, Brandy really wanted a bad boy, no pun intended. Yeah.
But yeah, he declared for the NBA straight out of high school in 96. Like I said, the 6th player to do that, first high school guard. And a lot of people will wonder, he got drafted 13th by the Charlotte Hornets. And there was a lot that kind of went into him getting as low as 13th, because you think Kobe Bryant, how is he getting taken 13th? But okay, he's coming out of high school. Like I said, he was the first guard to come straight out of high school, so the perception back then wasn't that that's not the thing to do.
Yeah. So
by all accounts, apparently the Clippers, who had the number 7 pick, passed on him because they said they wouldn't look serious if they drafted a kid out of high school. Philadelphia were always going to take Allen Iverson because he was proven at Georgetown.
Yep.
The Celtics, now he had a workout with them. By all accounts, was great, but they chose Antoine Walker instead. He turned out to be an all-star in the NBA for the Boston Celtics. And then the serious team that could have put a spanner in the works, do you know who it was?
What team was that?
Nets, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
What did you see?
I saw something that how they were told not to draft him or something like that.
He told them not to draft him.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He phoned them. He phoned them and literally said, "Don't draft me. Like, I'll go back and play in Italy." Like, once he heard the Lakers wanted him.
Yeah, from John Calipari. Yeah.
So he phoned them up and said, like, "Nah, you lot don't take me. If you take me, I'm probably not gonna play this year." So they ended up taking Kerry Kittles. And then now you get to Charlotte. Now, they apparently needed a centre, and we know how the story goes. Jerry West saw Kobe work out, said this kid's going to be one of the greatest of all time, decided to trade Vlade Divac to Charlotte and sign Shaquille O'Neal. And now we have the birth of the duo.
The best 1-2 punch in NBA history.
I don't know, and I'm a Laker fan, but I don't know how you can definitively say they're better than like Michael and Scottie.
Yeah, nah, I hear that.
We'll get into that. He signed a 6-year, $48 million deal with Adidas before he went into the NBA. So man made pretty much 50 mil before he even dribbled a basketball.
That's crazy. Jerry West even said when he saw Kobe Bryant and his draft workout, he said, "This is the best workout I've seen in my whole life."
That's the logo as well.
Yeah, man. Kobe was always a prodigy. Like, his style was always gonna shine bright. So, yeah. He had some hardships though when he first came into the NBA.
What are you saying for those teams that passed on him though? Would you have passed on him at that time? Do you think, honestly?
Nah, I wouldn't have passed it still. If the NBA is all about size, talent, and all those things. So if they're dubbing Kobe Bryant as the next Michael Jordan, he's 6'6".
That's what I'm saying. It's like, unless there's Hakeem or Shaq in there, or like a 7-footer who I know is gonna be prime time, I don't see anything else. Like, okay, let's review who went ahead of him. Okay, Allen Iverson did.
Yeah.
That 96 draft was quite low. Stephon Marbury went ahead of him. He went at number 4.
Steve Nash.
I think Steve Nash went 15th just after him.
Did it?
Yeah. Antoine Walker went in front of him. Kerry Kittles went in front of him. I know Jermaine O'Neal was in that draft as well.
Steve Nash went 15th. It was Sharif.
You got a list?
Yeah.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim is a good player.
Yeah, he was a good player. Yeah. Marcus Camby went number 2.
Former Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. I swear he got one.
Yeah, I think he might have got. Yeah,
he might have one.
Yeah. Stephon Marbury number 4. Ray Allen number 5.
Yeah.
Antoine Walker number 6. Lorenzen Wright number 7. Kerry Kittles number 8. Samakai Walker number 9.
He ended up playing for the Lakers in 02.
Or is he a role player? He must definitely.
Yeah, it was a role player. Yeah.
Eric Dampier number 10.
Played for Dallas.
Todd Fuller number 11. Vitaly Potapenko number 12 from Ukraine. Then
Kobe
Bryant,
number 13.
Then it was Stokovic. Is it Stokovic?
Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Kings. Sacramento. Yeah.
Then
3-point sniper. He won a championship. He was on the Dallas squad there eventually. That one in 11.
Yeah, this draft class is deep. Derek Fisher went number 24th. Yeah, this draft class is deep still. But yeah, Kobe had some hard times still. His rookie season was
dead.
Very dead. Very dead.
If you're honest, it was dead. Like, but that's the thing though. A lot of things, like, if he wasn't drafted at the Lakers, like, let's say he was drafted at the time, the Vancouver Grizzlies. They were terrible. Would have been starting. Would have probably averaged more points, more touches, more exposure. You get on a team, you're at the Lakers, Shaq's just got there. There's Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Rick Fox. So you can't even go small forward, and like, they're covered.
Yeah.
So he wasn't playing a lot. He was hardly getting minutes. Pretty much, he was starved of minutes the whole year. He talks about that in he talks about it briefly in interviews. He talks about it in that book as well. But that's difficult because if you're gonna think you're the best, like you're sitting there, you're not getting minutes. You look over your shoulder. Allen Iverson is playing in your hometown. Number 1 pick, crossing over Michael Jordan and stuff, getting Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be seething.
Yeah. Do you think that
seething?
Do you think that probably played a role as to why, like,
100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. He got booed at the All-Star game in 2002 in his hometown after they beat Philly in 2001. Like, I think he would have been sitting in that rookie season seething. He got, in the rookie All-Star game, he was MVP. And he won the dunk contest. So it's like the moments he's getting to express himself.
he's doing his thing?
And then obviously we got, at the end of that season, he had the situation against Utah where he airballed 4 times. And that's a situation where you're playing in a team, you think you're the best. You're not, but you think you're the best. As a rookie, you're in an elimination game. Shaquille O'Neal's been fouled out. Robert Horry's out the game. No one else wants to really take the shot, and the coach goes, yeah, you take us home now. Obviously, you're going to be thinking, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. It's go time. He airballed it 4 times.
I rate the confidence still.
Same.
I'm not going to lie,
Yeah.
bruv, because let me not lie, yeah. I've played basketball, innit? If I airball, yeah, game's on the line, I'm definitely not shooting again. I'm just being honest with you. I'm definitely not shooting again. Someone else can miss. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. But man airballed 4 times.
Shaq's even said it in interviews. He came up to me and he said that, yeah, bro, one day they're gonna fear you taking those shots, because he said he knew that no one wanted to take those shots. Like, no one wanted it then, but he wanted it. And Kobe later said that he felt his legs wasn't under him, so he started working on his conditioning and things like that, so he would have it later on in games. But that, like, in your rookie season, being starved of minutes, you're chomping at the bit, and then you're probably thinking, all right, it's time to bail my team out. This is the moment where my name's going to be in the lights. This is where I'm going to show that I should have been getting more than flipping 15 minutes a game. I should have been starting. I'm better than Allen Iverson. I'm going to get us this one game in this playoff series. And then you airballed it 4 times.
But to give that perspective, yeah, I think that moment was a very defining moment in his career, in the sense that how it kind of gave him the confidence to take those meaningful last second shots.
Because you've got to have no conscience at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think obviously because of that moment, it gave him the confidence to take those last minute shots, because he's failed already, so he knows what it feels like. But at the same time, the incessant need to take that last minute shot was also an Achilles heel of Kobe.
You think later down the line?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, cool, last minute, if you know Kobe's gonna get the last shot.
As the defense, yeah. You know what you're zeroing in on.
Yeah.
And I can slightly agree with you there, because you should have, well, not you should, but you know that. You know they're zeroing in on you. And you still take, and in some ways I admire the courage to still take it, but in other times, this is why people say LeBron, because he has that cerebralness to, no matter what, know that I'm going to live and die by what's actually the best, quote unquote, decision for this play.
Yeah. So
you might you might say I should shoot it. I'm still going to kick it out.
Yeah.
You lot might say, yeah, against Miami, yeah, I should go up. But no, I'm going to throw it to Danny Green. He's going to miss. But that's the right thing to do because Danny Green's open and Danny Green's a sniper.
Yeah.
And if Danny Green makes that, then Danny Green's gonna feel that that he's got my trust, and that later down the line, Danny Green's gonna come big. That's sort of the byproduct of doing that, I guess.
And I think obviously the same situation that happened with Kyle Korver, where I think had LeBron. I think they were playing Golden State.
Yeah.
LeBron drove the lane. Kyle Korver was open the corner. He kicked out to Kyle Korver, and Kyle Korver missed. Then they were getting onto LeBron saying that how if that was Kobe, he would have shot that.
Yeah.
But if Kobe had shot that and missed, he would have cussed him. And if LeBron would have shot and missed, he would have cussed him. So you can't really win. Yeah, you can't really win either way. So I think it depends how you're wired.
Exactly.
Obviously, Kobe was the anti-hero, so part of him always wanted the glory.
And I watch Kobe as well, so I'm gonna shoot too. I'm probably gonna shoot too. More times than not, I'm gonna shoot too. I'm not gonna pass it. Unless I believe he's gonna hit, but I'm not gonna pass it for the sake of.
Let's ask a question to the listeners. If you got a last second shot to, you score it, you're a hero. You miss it, you're a villain. Or there's a guy open in the corner. What are you doing? Are you passing the ball or are you shooting over, let's say, a double team? What are you doing? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what you're doing, because I can't lie. I'm being caught. I don't know. I think it kind of depends how things have been going prior to that. If I'm hot for the field, where I can't miss, where I haven't missed for time, and I'm just hot, I'm shooting that. I'm not gonna lie. But if I'm cold or something, and it's like, okay, cool, man's open the corner, yeah, I'm definitely giving him the ball still. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let us know in the comments.
So what would you grade that season overall? I think his stats were, I think he had like 15 odd minutes a game, seven and change points, dunk contest winner, rookie All-Star game winner. So I guess your peers, your main peers, know you're the business.
I'll give him a C for that.
For that season.
Yeah.
I'll give him a C as well.
I'll give him not a C, but I'll give him a C still.
I'll give him a solid C, because it's not. I feel like you were par with what you were given.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give him a C for that still.
Then we go into year 2 now. It's a 97-98 year.
Yeah.
6-man Kobe. Lou Williams Kobe. Manu Ginobili Kobe.
Yeah, he doubled his output still.
Doubled his output still. 26 minutes. Have you got his numbers up for that year?
Yeah, I got them still. 97-98, he was 26 minutes a game, 42% from the field, 34% from free.
34 from free.
Yeah.
That's high for Kobe.
Yeah, that is high still. He was 37.5 from free in his rookie season, though.
He's probably not taking. This is the 90s NBA. You're not. To be fair, people are not shooting threes the way they are today.
He was only attempting 2 3-pointers a game.
Exactly.
So yeah. Effective. 79% from the free throw line.
Kobe's always been a good free throw shooter.
Yeah. 2.5 assists a game. 1 steal a game. And 15 points a game. So yeah, he basically doubled his output because
he was an all-star that year as well. The Lakers had 4 all-stars that year. Shaq, him, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. They won, I think it was 61 games.
Yeah,
and lost in the conference finals to Utah.
Again.
And he made the All-Star team, went up against Michael Jordan in the All-Star game.
Yeah, that was a good game still.
Do you know a little of the backstory of that All-Star game?
No, tell me about it.
A lot of people don't know. Apparently, he was semi-frozen out by some of the Western Conference players. He rubbed some guys the wrong way. Apparently, there was a play where he's on the dribble and he's got Michael Jordan of him, and Karl Malone's come to screen him. And he's told Karl Malone, go away, I got this one-on-one, this is MJ. And Karl Malone's kind of take like, okay, when like a second year player's telling me to go away for a scream, I don't really need to play in this game. So some of the players on the team thought, you know, kind of took that the wrong way. And when Kobe basically was on the court, every time he did get the ball, he was going one-on-one with Michael Jordan. So George Karl, the coach of the team, Karl Malone's coach as well, coincidentally, I don't know, sat Kobe for the whole fourth quarter, and Kobe said he never forgave him for that.
Yeah,
you know that?
I kind of understand it though, man. Like,
where do you stand on that? I can see it both ways.
Yeah, same. I can see it from the point like obviously Kobe spent his whole life idolizing Michael Jordan, so it's like, okay, cool. This is actually the moment where I actually get to prove that I'm better than him. So no one's getting in the way of that. But at the same time, it's a team game. You need to involve your teammates. So you can't be telling Karl Malone...
It's an all-star game, though.
Yeah, you can't be telling Karl Malone, who's an MVP winner, who's got to the finals, facing Michael Jordan. So, like, Karl Malone has got clout in the NBA. You can't be telling him, yeah. You can't be telling him, yeah, I've got this.
I think that Karl Malone's being too sensitive. I think it's one play in an isolated All-Star game. I think more the problem is that because I've seen the 98 All-Star game, and bar when like Kevin Garnett's on the court as well, Kobe's not really sharing the ball that much. So I think that's more where it's like, yeah, we're all kind of here to express our talents in front of everyone.
Yeah. You know what? I think as a teammate, I'm thinking, you know what? I wouldn't even mind if you were selfish. If you were scoring most of the time.
Exactly. I've played basketball where, like, yeah, someone else, yeah, for pretty much the last four minutes of the quarter, we went to him every time, done it, and he was making it. So you don't have a problem with it. He's taken us home. That's it. But I think that Kobe indirectly didn't endear himself. This is my opinion from like doing like research and reading a whole lot of stuff online, watching YouTube stuff, interviews, everything. Like, I don't think he endeared himself early to the older people in the NBA. But I don't necessarily, without being there, I don't necessarily think that's his fault.
Yeah, I think because he didn't go to college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of, stay in your lane, blah, blah, but why should I? Like, at the end of the day, bro. This is an alpha male sport. I think I'm that guy. If you let me prove it to you, I'll show you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. You lot trying to box me and you lot trying to do all of this rookie hazing. Nah, I don't stand for that.
And you know
I'm not going to do... Like, he was Shaq's rookie for the first year.
Yeah. And I think as well,
Shaq coined him Showboat. Now, that probably started out as something endearing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's Showboat, he's got all these flashy moves. But I know later down the line, that's going to be a point of contention. Other people are going to be looking on the outside, like, yeah, my man's greedy, my man's this, my man's that. When they...
Yeah, I definitely do think with the Shaq and Kobe relationship, there was definitely jealousy on both ends. Because
you've got a situation where Shaq's coming into the Lakers for 120 plus million as the guy from Orlando, the face of the franchise. You've got, within like his second year, Kobe's jerseys outselling his. So he's going to be thinking, what's this guy done to outsell me? Even subconsciously. So subconsciously, you're going to have that against my man.
Yeah.
And that's not his fault.
Yeah, big men just don't sell
exactly,
stuff like
bro.
that.
Dunk contests is more flashy than, your little drop steps and your little baby hooks and stuff.
Yeah. And I do think as well, like Kobe did kind of show that his human side, and I think that's another reason why people gravitated to him. Because Kobe came into the league when he was 18.
Yeah, the guards in the league that you got like Peyton, Stockton, Hardaway, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, obviously, like Eddie Jones and stuff, and Mitch Richmond.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michael Jordan's going. So they're looking for that next guy.
Yeah, and
obviously Grant Hill was there too, but I'll cut you off. What were you gonna?
Yeah, like I feel like when you're 18, you're gonna be selfish. Like at 18, you are gonna be selfish.
You don't know any better.
Yeah, and I think Kobe just kind of needed someone to put his arm around him, to be like, yeah, like this is, if you want to win championships, you can't really do things like that.
But that's the thing. He walked into a situation where he doesn't have anyone to tell him that. Shaq ain't won. Ain't no one won on that. Robert Horry's the only winner on that roster. And you're better than him, you think.
Yeah, he was a role player, so you can't really say that.
And by all accounts, I hear like that olive branch was extended to Kobe, like in his formative years at the Lakers, in his young years. But like,
by who?
I like Shaq and other players, but at the same time, the age difference is mad. These lot want to go strip club and party and do stuff with him. All my man wants to do is play basketball and watch film.
I think that's where Michael Jordan came in still. I think Phil Jackson I think from the accounts that I've heard, I think Phil Jackson told Michael Jordan to reach out to Kobe. And I think obviously Jordan did kind of take Kobe under his wing as his quote-unquote little brother. So,
but then from the last dance, you saw Jordan was an isolated player in his first couple years at the Bulls because everyone else was taking drugs and stuff. So it's not a same situation, but it's similar where like there's a disconnect between you and the rest of your team.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because at 8, and by all accounts, he didn't want to be sunned by anyone.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, you're my little brother. It's like, no, we're equal. It's like, no, you're not equal. So you've got that straight away.
If you went onto a team with Shaq there, what are you doing? Are you ingratiating yourself properly, or are you coming with this? Listen, I'm not here to be anyone's little brother.
I literally think if I had the talent level of Kobe Bryant, things would have worked out exactly the same way. In every way, where I essentially think I'm way better than you. I acquiesce for the team to play through you. We win. Whilst we're winning, I'm semi-happy. As soon as we lose, all your flaws come to the fore. And as soon as everyone starts saying, I can't do this without you,
you're out of here.
I literally think the way, and maybe that's because subconsciously I saw his career and I'm trying to make that sort of link. But literally, I think it would have worked out the same way because I would have got annoyed. I would have wanted to win, essentially. That's more important. That's the most important thing. And I can't ignore a 7'1" force in the paint that can't be stopped. So, if I'm comfortable enough in myself, in my ability to still showcase that, yeah, you lot know I'm the Donny, but yeah, we're going to win and play through my man. But as soon as they start chirping that I can't do it without my man, yeah, it would have been an issue for me too. 100%.
Yeah, let's
when you're at that talent level,
yeah,
it's got to be. If you're not sure of yourself, then yeah, I think you just sort of fly under the radar and it's cool. But that year, his sophomore year, the team was, like I said, 61 and 21 and lost in the conference finals. It was a useful 6-man. Split the regular season series with Michael Jordan. 1-1. The game in Chicago, he put up 33, but the team got blown out. The game in LA, he scored 20 and they won. And like it, by all accounts, it seems to me like that was the collision course meant for '98. Utah upset the apple cart. So can you imagine if you had... It would have been billed as Michael versus Shaquille O'Neal, but even if you got a glimpse of Michael versus young Kobe in that NBA Finals, they would have lost. But
Yeah. Let's get on to the championship years. Like, Kobe's improved. He's averaging 38 minutes per game, 47% from the field, 32% from free, 49% effective field goal percentage, 82% free throw shooter, averaging 22 points a game. Yeah, he's improved. He's championship ready.
I think by the time you get to 99, 2000, they lost the previous year to the Spurs in the shortened lockout year, if I'm correctly. That was a weird season. They had Dennis Rodman on their team for a piece as well, for like 6 weeks or so. That experiment didn't last long, but
he even said that that was the most dysfunctional team he's been on.
Exactly, yeah. You had a situation where you had, again, the Kobe and Shaq dynamic. You have Glenn Rice now on the team, who was at Charlotte scoring 20 a game, and he's thinking it's going to be A and two Bs, where it's like, nah, it's A, B, and C, Glenn Rice. Your third wheel, bro. So he wasn't happy, and then, 99 season, you get the introduction of Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson bought a lot of vets on the team. He bought, I think, Ron Harper, John Sally, AC Green.
Yeah.
I think that... Oh, Brian Shaw as well.
Yeah, Brian Shaw was there.
Brian Shaw as well. And that probably helped them definitely mesh more, coexist more, not bicker as much. And then you've got a coach who you look at now where it's like he's got how many did he have at that time? 6? Yeah, Phil had 6 at that time, right?
Yeah.
So you have 6 championships. It's now no more, oh, is this gonna work? Oh, is this gonna work? It's like, nah, what he's saying is probably gonna work. Have you heard about Phil Jackson's first meeting with Shaq at his house?
Nah.
Apparently he's gone to Shaq like, okay, I need you to lose 15 pounds because you're going to be playing 40 a night. You need to stop all the extracurricular, all the rapping and all of that, and you'll definitely win a championship. Shaq wins an MVP that year. Lakers win their first chip. But I read an extract in the book Free Ring Circus that I'm going to buy, which sort of goes in detail about the Kobe and Shaq feud. Well, not feud, but the Kobe and Shaq years, I should say, from 96 to 04, and how Kobe felt the triangle offense really restricted his game and his creativity, and how one of the things that really helped the Lakers, like inadvertently, was the fact he got injured in preseason, so they were able to start the season playing the triangle without him, and he was able to observe and basically see, oh, okay, the team's on a good run with playing this way without me. I can't come in and upset the apple cart. I can't come in and just...
Yeah.
Occasionally he would break the offense, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I think Kobe kind of struggled in the triangle. I don't want to say struggle. Struggled is the wrong word. I think he took his time to sort of embrace the triangle until Pau Gasol came. But we'll go into that later.
I think he's your one-on-one game's taken away, and 2, you're being asked to initiate the offense. So that's 2 negatives, and you're playing through Shaq.
But you know what though? I think if Kobe was kind of open to initiating the offense, if he had kind of embraced it, he still kind of would have got his.
He still did.
Yeah, but I think he would have been a bit more proficient if he had embraced it.
The guy averages 5 assists for his career. Like that's stamped. That's for an uneducated person. They look up Kobe Bryant. Were you gonna get 25, 5, and 5?
Yeah, and you know what? In the triangle offense, it's not really designed for anyone to sort of dominate. The
Exactly.
assist. So, yeah, I can't. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I do think when Kobe was ready, I don't want to say ready, championship ready, but I do feel like when he sort of matured as a player, like it was kind of gonna take a lot for the Lakers to lose.
How many years did Michael Jordan play in college? Out of curiosity.
So it was it one? Was it 1 or 2? So
I think he played the whole 3 years. Check it.
yeah. Yeah, whole 3 years.
You played the whole 3 years.
Yeah.
So you're in college from 18 to 21. Right?
I believe so.
18 to 21. So this is Kobe's 4th year in the league. Michael Jordan spent all 3 years in college playing basketball, averaged 28 out of the jump. So think about it. Kobe came straight out of high school. He's played 3 years in the NBA. So what? Let's say he went college. Would this be his rookie year?
Yeah, if Kobe had gone college, he definitely would have been a better player. Same with LeBron.
Yeah. But with this 99-2000, if he did 3 years in college, would this be his rookie year or his sophomore year?
If he did 3 years in college, it would be his rookie year. It would be his rookie year because he drafted 96, 97 first season, 96, 97 first season, 97, 98 second.
I'm just trying to put in context how quickly man's won a championship. Because it's easy to go, oh yeah, 4 years, that's pretty quick. But let's think about it. The years you're meant to mature in college, he shortcutted those. So you're learning on the job. You're learning on the job in the NBA. So by the time most guys come in and their bodies and their minds are ready, at 21, you were ready to win a championship.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been in the NBA for 4 years, so that's a different experience to college. You would need to go from college in the NBA and then adapt to that different kind of game. So I'm not saying that, oh yeah, he would have went college and then come in the NBA in his rookie year and then won a championship, even though Magic Johnson did that. But what I'm saying is that...
Yeah, they would have been focused on his development a bit more. Like, in Kobe's rookie year, he kind of didn't really get... Like, he was a good player coming out of high school, but in college, assuming he's going to be the best player on the team, your coach is going to make it his priority to make sure that your development as a player is the number one priority and your team is winning. Kobe didn't really get that. So, it's fair enough. But yeah, the championship years, 2000, 2001.
Wait, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out some bits in 2000 because I read an extract from the book Three Ring Circus. It said that, yeah, the team was winning, but it was an unhappy team still. And it was because of the stuff we outlined in the beginning. Like, yeah, okay, triangle offense is restricting Kobe. Glenn Rice is unhappy. Everyone still hasn't won yet. And then you got the series against the Blazers, where I think they went 3-1 up.
Oh yeah, the Blazers brought it back.
And they brought it back to 3-3. And in Shaq's first book, he says that walking off the court, he thought Game 7 they were toast. Thought they were done. Drink.
Safe.
And so he thought game 7 they were cooked. So you go into a game 7, none of you have won. You're against the Blazers. They had what I describe as a spread team of very good players. There's no stars. You got Sabonis, you got Rasheed Wallace, you got Steve Smith, you got Scottie Pippen, you got Damon Stoudemire, you got Brian Grant on the bench and stuff. Like, it was a solid team. Huh? Yeah, do your team. And then they were down in the fourth by what, 15 was it, or 17?
I'm gonna say
15,
yeah,
I think
15,
it was. They're down by 15. And they bring it back and they win the game.
One of the best players in
The alley-oop to Shaq.
yeah, that's one of the best playoff plays.
Kobe in that game 7 went 25, I think 10 and 7. Shaq, by all accounts, didn't play well. I think 18 and some rebounds and stuff. But think of the fine lines. If they lose that game, he's definitely getting traded.
Yeah.
Even though he probably played better than he did play better than Shaq in that game 7. But he's definitely getting traded if they lose that game. 100%.
Yeah, Shaq had 19 and 5.
19 and 5 rebounds. I need to rewatch that. I ain't seen that game in a while, but I watched it a couple of years ago. But I haven't actually watched that game in a while, but I need to watch that game back.
Yeah. 19 and 5.
So the biggest moment of Shaq's career thus far, who's bailing him out?
Kobe Bean.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, Kobe had 25, 11, and 7. Yeah.
Now, and this is why I didn't want you to gloss over the 2000 championship, because then we get to the finals against Indiana. They start off, they go 2-0 up. Shaq is beasting. He's getting 40 and 20s and stuff. But Kobe hurts his ankle, I think, in game 2.
Yeah,
sits out game 3. Jalen Rose intentionally injures him.
Dirty bastard.
I love Jalen Rose, by the way. People should watch Jalen and Jacoby anytime he's on First Take as well. He's a very insightful dude.
Yeah, I agree. Dirty player, though.
Yeah, dirty player still. Kobe dropped 81 on him in 06 to get back in.
I was very happy.
Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, so now we get to a situation where they get to a game 4 and the Lakers are 2-1 up. And the way the playoffs were played back then, you'd play 2 games in Staples, then you play 3 on the road. So you go 2-3-2.
Yeah.
So right now they're 2-1 up. They go 2-2. They got a game 5 still in Indiana, then they take them back to Staples for the last 2 games. So if they go 2-2, they might be in some deep trouble if they lose game 5. They could face an elimination game back at Staples.
Yeah.
So they're 2-1 up in game 4. And Shaq gets fouled out in overtime. And who comes to the rescue with 8 points in overtime? Who says, big man, I've got this. This game just got a bit more interesting. Who?
Kobe Bean.
You said it, not me. So the new the new most important moment in Shaq's career. Who's bailing him out?
Kobe Bean. I'm letting you have your parade.
Fam, feel free to interject and contest with anything I say, but these are facts.
Kobe.
You can go watch that game 4 on YouTube. The NBA TV put the whole game up. Sponsored by them. It ain't even on no guy's book channel. You got an official NBA version of the game on YouTube. Go watch it. Game 4 against Indiana. Kobe closed the show.
Yeah. You know what it is? Obviously, Kobe averaged 15.6 points a game that playoffs. Obviously, fair enough, he was injured.
Bummed ankle.
Yeah, fair enough, he was injured. But you know what it is? The way the narrative is like they don't really care about the regular season. Obviously, the playoffs are there. Then they care about the finals. So, if you've played sick the whole playoffs, and then you play dead in the finals, or not dead, but you play average in the finals for whatever reason, all they're going to see is, okay, Shaq averaged 38 points in the finals.
Yeah, and this is what we're going to get to, yeah. Because this is a problem for the next 2 championships. Especially the next one. But they eventually win Game 6. They both play well. And I'm not... Shaq deserved the finals MVP all 3 times. Let me say that on record. All 3 times. He was the best player in the finals.
Wow, you admitted that?
There's nothing to contest that he was the best player in the finals. My contention is to say someone was carried. No.
You just don't like the carried.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's not do that. We don't say that out here, and we'll get to why. But
man,
definitely,
I'm talking like Kobe with Draymond Green and that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not even Draymond. No. Man, we're talking like he was flipping Dwight Howard on the Lakers last year. And I love Dwight. I don't mean to do that to him. I love that he got that championship with us. I wish him all the best in Philly. But yeah, man wasn't that. Or Derek Fisher. It's like, nah. But definitely...
Derek Fisher scored some crucial buckets.
Big buckets. But no, definitely the first championship, that, for me, that was no 1A, 1A. That was 1A, 1B. Batman and Robin, Kobe and Shaq. But to make an analogy, I think that's the season where Kobe Bryant turned into a Super Saiyan, where his power level is he's finally there, like Goku, like he's seen Krillin die. You know, we've been beaten by the Spurs, we've been beaten by Utah. Now it's it, like boom, bam, there we go. I'm ready to kill. And then in the off season, he does the Vegeta training while Shaq's eating and stuff. And comes back a beast. A beast.
I hear that.
A beast. Get his numbers up for 2000, 2001. And this is where the problems really start with him and Shaq.
We got them still. Hold on. We got them still. 2000, 2001, yeah. We got 38 minutes per game. 47% from the field.
Oh, I like that.
32% from 3.
Oh, I like that.
49% effective field goal percentage.
I don't know what that means. I'm joking.
82% from the free throw line.
Yeah, we can live with that.
5 assists a game.
Oh, I like that.
22.5 points a game.
That's the wrong season.
Sorry, pardon me. 40 minutes a game. Pardon me. 46.4 field goal percentage.
There we go. I still like that.
31% from 3.
Okay, that could be better, but we move.
48.4 effective field goal percentage.
Yeah, we like that. We can live with that. That's hot.
85% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
That's very good. We got 5 assists a game.
Here we go. That 5. We always got. We will at least give you 5, innit?
Yeah.
We'll give you 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can say we're gonna shoot it. I can shoot the ball 50 times. I'm still gonna give you 5 assists at least. Okay, so get off my back. Go on.
28.5 points.
28. Wait.
Yo. Just for some context, yeah, we're gonna reel off the playoff stats for Kobe Bryant in the 2001 playoffs. 43.4 minutes a game. How you feel about that?
So he's only sitting down for 5 minutes.
Yeah, something.
All right, cool.
We've got 29.4 minutes a game. 29.4 points a game.
29.
29.4.
Dropping 29 in the whole playoffs average.
Yeah.
All right. Say nothing, up from 28 for the season. So elevating his game.
7.3 rebounds a game.
7.3 boards, come on.
6.1 assists a game.
Everyone's eating. And I'm eating, obviously.
Basically 1 block a game. And we're going to compare it to Shaq's stats. Shaq's averaging 30.4 points a game.
Yeah.
15.4 rebounds. 3.2 assists. About 2.5 blocks. Is it fair for Kobe to think that him and Shaq are equal at that point?
Of course it is. Because there's not more he can do as a perimeter player, and there's not more Shaq can do as a post player. Go on. What, you want blood? Like, what more does he even have to do? Like, I'm giving you 37 and 6. He, on the other hand, I'm giving you 30, 15, 3 and 2. There's not more either can do. They're at the top of their apex. That's why I have a problem when people say he was carried to find. Yeah, Shaq won the Finals MVP. Okay. But you faced the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. Who was the leading scorer for that series? Who's the leading scorer whenever you face the Spurs? Kobe Bryant.
For context, though, the Spurs backcourt was terrible still. Until they drafted Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, Spurs...
He was still top scorer even when they drafted them.
But when he drafted them, they started losing.
They were 1-1. They were 1-1. I'll give you that. They were 1-1. They lost in 03. They won in 04. So, but yeah.
And they lost in 2002.
Huh?
And they lost in 2002.
They won in 2002.
2002, 2003. Sorry.
That's what I was saying. They lost in 03.
Yeah.
That's the season I was talking about. Robert Horry missed in Game 5.
Yeah.
And then they won in 04. Those are the only times they played them when they had Tony and Manu and that. The seasons before were the years where they had the Twin Towers and that. And Kobe was the leading scorer in the team.
Fair. 2001, 2002. Can you move on to that? Or do you still want to flesh out 2001?
Oh, we got to touch on him versus AI, though, in the finals, bro.
Yep.
That's your draft class colleague, bro. He plays in your hometown, bro. The people from your city love him, not you. And that's who you're facing in the finals. There had to be it had to be more than just. Okay, no, it probably wasn't. It was probably just win the chip. But I'm sure after he won the chip, all of that sort of came to the fore. Like, this is against my hometown team. This is against Allen Iverson. Rookie of the Year in 96. What's everyone saying now? And even still then, if you look back, you can find a clip on YouTube where if you type in Kobe and Allen Iverson trash talking, there's a clip. And I think it's Derek Fisher and Brian Shaw. They come on the court and they split them up. And you know what was apparently said then?
What was apparently said?
Kobe was like, I'm the best player in the league. And Allen Iverson's like, bro, I could win anything if I was playing with Shaq too. So it's already being needled in. Like, man's feeling himself, but still already, you know, even the peer group are saying, yeah, but bro, you're with my man. So obviously this is going to become an even bigger problem later, but...
Well, let's be honest though, we could have put any perimeter player, any prolific perimeter player with Shaq. They're winning 3 titles.
Penny Hardaway?
Yes.
Oh, so why didn't they?
Because he went up against Michael Jordan. If Penny Hardaway and Shaq had to face the Indiana Pacers, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the New Jersey Nets in the NBA Finals, I trust them to win. But I'm kneeing everything.
This is what's mad. Everyone wants to point to the season that Shaq and Penny lost to Michael Jordan. What about this season when Jordan just came back and they beat them and they lost to Hakeem and that?
Yeah, Hakeem.
Why couldn't they go over the line then? Oh, you're gonna throw in another great. Oh, Hakeem now.
No, Hakeem is top 10 all time, B.
The fact is, Penny ain't Kobe. That's why.
If Penny
ain't Dwayne Wade.
Wow.
He's not Dwayne Wade. Hey, bro. Don't make me have to do an introspective episode on Dwayne Wade for you to understand what Wade County is, bro.
We're gonna keep
what's going on?
Listen, before Hardaway done his knee, Penny done his knee, he was as good as Kobe.
Which Kobe? What Froby?
Let me get some stats up. Bruv.
What Froby?
Let me get some stats up, bruv.
Penny Hardaway. I'm gonna know Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna be the stat guy. Cold player. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna be the stats guy. Clearly, I think that's my role. Hold on. Penny Hardaway. Hold on.
He wasn't no Kobe.
He definitely was.
No, he wasn't.
He definitely was. Look at his stats. Let me not lie though. After 1996, he was finished.
When was he drafted?
1993.
Oh, so what we talking? And you said after what year was he finished?
Listen, his
Wait,
first.
wait. You said after what year was he finished, and what year was he drafted? You said after 96 he was finished, and he was drafted in what year? 93.
Yeah, he was
and he's the same as Kobe.
Yes, but
let's not do this. Let's not do
okay.
this, bruv. So what? Brandon Roy is the same as Kobe as well.
Listen, let me.
What? Or Gilbert Arenas?
Let me read off.
Bruv, there's been players who have been cold and got hurt that don't make you.
Do you know in the 96? I'm pretty sure the 95-96 season. I'm pretty sure that was the season.
Yeah, that's 72 and 10 balls or whatever.
Yeah, he was second in MVP voting. Well, he was second in MVP. Shaq was injured. Penny Hardaway was leading the team. He was averaging at 30 points. 10 assists. But obviously, injuries kind of shagged him.
Look, I'm not gonna crap on his talent level, like, but it's one of them ones where it's like he had more than one go of it with Shaq. Yeah, you can say Shaq was younger, and maybe if Shaq stayed there, he would have eventually won, but that didn't happen. What did happen is that you lost, and what did happen is that you needed Kobe and Dwayne Wade. So I'm not gonna do this. Oh yeah, any perimeter. I think if Allen Iverson was playing with Shaq, he would have won.
Vince Carter.
In 01? Yeah.
Tracy McGrady.
In 01, yeah.
Allen Iverson.
But all these players are cold.
Yes, I said any prolific wing player, if you had paired them with Shaq, they would have won a title.
Stephon Marbury's prolific. Are they gonna win?
With Shaq?
Yeah. No.
Yes.
They're not. They're not gonna beat the Spurs.
They'll beat the Spurs.
They wouldn't beat the Kings the next year. They wouldn't. Who's gonna close? What, Shaq? With his no free throw self.
But you got Stephon there.
Oh, and
man's talking like Stephon Marbury's a bum.
I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm just saying it's like you can't you're talking like, oh yeah, at that time you put any all-star with Shaq, you're winning. Nah.
I'm not saying any all-star, but I'm saying any prolific wing player. So that's the elite wing players of the early 2000s. So what, if you had put Paul Pierce with Shaq, what? Are you not winning?
What are they up against?
Blood, they're winning.
What if Kobe's with Tim Duncan? Then what? They're not doing nothing. They are not doing anything. What are they going to do?
Kobe's just not going to pass him the ball. That's what he's not going to do with his 5 assists have himself. Anyway.
Yeah, let's not do these theoretical. Let's go with what happened.
Yeah, Allen Iverson got to the finals, dragged the 76 to the finals, stood no chance. The fact that he even won a game is a testament to him. Is a testament to him.
I rate the fact that he didn't get swept. Because Jason Kidd got swept.
Certain men have had better teams in the finals and been swept.
LBJ.
Yeah, LeBron. So I remember when the Cavs got swept.
No, not by the Spurs. By Golden State. The J.R. Smith one, they shouldn't have got swept. But obviously, we know the game they should have won, innit? Yeah. He
was like, you couldn't get one game. Not one.
Exactly.
And you're the greatest player of all time. You're the greatest player of all time. That is Michael Jordan. Anyway, I digress. Anyway. Yeah, 2001. I definitely do think Allen Iverson did bring the best out of Kobe still. I won't say the best, but Kobe
you gave him something to chase.
Yeah.
I think you when you're at that level, you need to give yourself. Sometimes the motivation ain't gonna be that obvious, so you need to give yourself an enemy.
Yeah.
What would you grade him for that season?
What, 2000, 2001?
Yeah.
I'll give him an A-.
That's an A.
That's basically an A.
What do you do for? I can get. What's the minus for?
No regular season MVP, no finals.
He's playing with Shaq. They're not going to give it to either of them.
A is calm.
Am I lying? Are they going to give it to either of them?
A minus is basically an A. I think you're that's nitpicking me here.
It's an A, man.
Alright, cool.
There's no need for... Because minus suggests some sort of critique and negativity. The 2000, 2001, that was all thumbs up.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's an A, man.
That's an A. Yeah, fair enough.
Apart from me, there was trouble in the regular season, and they didn't have a better record in the regular season because Kobe was a better player, so there was a adjusting period to that for the team. So I guess if you had argued that for your A minus, I would have given it to you, but you didn't. I had to give you that argument myself, so nah, it's an A.
But you know what? I don't know, man. I think I don't know. Yeah, the A minus. If you're basing just on the playoffs and the finals, an A is calm. That's what I'm saying. When it was time for you to make your money, you didn't let me down. So I'll give you an A. I'm flexible. Anyway.
2000, 2001, his 6th year in the league.
Yeah, 01, 02.
01, 02.
Wait, so you want me to read off the stats?
3rd championship, gone.
38.3 minutes a game. 47% from the field. 25% from 3. Kobe was just shot jacking, clearly. From 25%, from 30%, from 3, 25. You went into shot jacking mode still.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Cool. Effective field goal percentage, that does the counts for 2 points and 2-pointers and 3-pointers. 48%. 83% from the free throw line. 5.5 assists. He's averaged more assists, to be fair to him. 5.5 assists. 25.2 points a game.
I think this was the quiet, apart from the Sacramento series, I'd say in terms of like regular season drama, beef with Shaq, this is probably the most event-free season. This is sort of like, we're winning, we're happy, all is good in the world, let's try and win again, yada, yada, yada. And obviously they eventually do. He got All-Star MVP that year in Philadelphia, was booed by his own people. His own people. I know I grew up in Italy, but damn, you lot are booing me.
To be fair to Kobe, he improved. This is where Shaq started to drop off.
Yeah.
This is where Shaq started to drop off.
You can see it visibly. Yeah. You can even see it visibly.
You want me to read off playoff stats? I'll start with Shaq, then I'll go with Kobe.
Go on.
Shaq's averaging 41 minutes a game, 28.5 points a game. 13...
Still beasting.
Yeah, he's still beasting. 12.6 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, 2.5 blocks. Kobe Bryant. 26.6 points a game. 6 rebounds a game, 4.6 assists a game, 1.5 steals a game. It's a drop off from last year's playoffs, but it's an improvement
on the season. Yeah, that's the general trend.
Yeah, it's an improvement on the regular season.
Goes up in the playoffs.
So with Shaq dropping in his production, how do you think that affected Kobe?
This was a worse team than the 01 team. I think this team, they lost Horace Grant. So, like I said, Samaki Walker came into the lineup and stuff.
Yes.
So they were less deep.
Slava Medvedenko.
Medvedenko starts coming in the fold and stuff like that. Yeah, Shaq's a bit bigger. Shaq's a bit more complacent.
Is this the season where he took his time to come back with the foot surgery?
No, it's the next season that he does that, and I think that's the beginning of the end. I literally think this 3rd championship is when they win this. Kobe's thinking, okay, I'm trying to go in GOAT status, and Shaq's thinking, I'm in GOAT status. Like, I've won 3 in a row. Like, that's, like, what more do you want me to do? I won one, you said I need to win another like Kareem. I've done that. And now I've won 3 in a row. I've three-peated. So then they win that chip. They swept the New Jersey Nets. They go into the next season, and Shaq decides to get surgery during the season and says, I got hurt on company time, so I'll heal on company time. And obviously that affects the team. But I think coincidentally you get this period where, okay, now Shaq is becoming more out of shape. He's becoming more content with winning, and Kobe's coming into his physical and mental prime. I think this is the first season he averages 30, if I'm correct.
Kobe averaged this season 2001, 2002.
No, this is 2002-03. This is
2000. Yeah, he averaged 30 points a game, literally 30 points a game on the dot. 30 points, 30 and 6. 2002, 2003 averaged 30 points a game, 6 assists a game. What's he shooting from 3?
I think this year this is when he set the record that Steph broke a couple years back for 12 threes in a game.
Did Kobe get rid of his afro them times? Kobe got rid of
the afro's gone. This is sneaker free agency year, so he can wear any sneaker he wants. This is the year he drops 55 on Michael Jordan on his way out, because Michael Jordan said he would never fill these shoes. So, you know, you got a 55 piece on your way out, a double nickel. But they lose to the Spurs in the playoffs. And I think this is when, remember what I said about earlier, when you're winning, a man's problems aren't a big deal. Now we've lost. You didn't turn up to training camp on time. You worked your way into fitness into the season. That affected our seeding. So now all these things are probably going through my man's head, thinking,
yeah, if this is your team, you better act like
it. Exactly. This is your team. If everyone's saying it's your team, you're the leader, bruv. You're coming in fat and you can't make free throws. I'm paraphrasing probably what he was thinking.
And I can understand it.
I'm averaging 30. I'm Michael Jordan right now. That's what I'm thinking. I'm Michael Kobe Bryant Jordan at the moment. And the only reason I'm not winning is because you're too fat and you can't make free throws. And your toe, you probably don't have an injury. You probably have gout from overeating. That's what I suspect. I'll put that out there. How can a man not be... So that's why I think you get the Storm in their last season together, 03-04, when they get Malone and Peyton and all that.
Yeah, and there's already friction with Malone and Kobe already because of the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And obviously, you hear about what happened before.
I think that's at the end of this season.
Yeah.
The whole Vanessa thing.
So... But it was a big shit show still.
Yeah, and those guys came in because of Shaq. Like, Shaq actively recruited them. They're more Shaq's generation than Kobe's.
Yeah.
Although I think Gary Payton by this time did have a good relationship with Kobe Bryant. But they're coming in on less money because of Shaq. They had productive years the year before. You get together, you got 4 Hall of Famers on the same team. I remember this season like it was yesterday. I was in year 6 doing my sets and things. Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and Shaq.
They were gassing it like it was a super team, and it really wasn't.
It looked like it from the. It looked like it at the start
because of their names.
And then Karl Malone hurt his knee, and
Shaq was fat.
Yeah. Kobe
Payton
didn't like him. Kobe had a court case.
Gary Payton was old.
Yeah. Didn't want to play in the triangle. Like, I'm for a long time, I looked at that year as a flop. But now, I'm sort of at a point where it's like, for them to even get to the finals, was that an achievement? Or do you think I'm clutching there?
No, I think it's an achievement still. I think it's an achievement.
With how much friction was actually there at that time.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting on with his coach either at this time.
Yeah. Him and Phil Jackson.
Him and Phil at this time are...
Yeah, they're butting heads because Phil still wants to make Shaq up. I'm pretty sure, what was that not the season where... No, it wasn't the season where Shaq was injured and Kobe was averaging... He had like a game of...
That was the year before. Kobe had a streak
of like 50-point games.
Yeah, where he had a streak of like 30 or 40-point games.
Yeah.
And Phil comes up to him and it's just like, yeah, we're like, Shaq's disengaged. Like, you need to kind of calm down. You know how much that would piss me off? Like, what? So man can't see me shine. When you're getting finals MVPs, when I'm getting us through against the Spurs, and I know that, yeah, them in the East, they ain't got no big man like that. So go dominate. And then now it's my time. You're all disengaged.
Yeah, but Shaq's a big man though. His touches are dependent on Kobe.
Do you know what's weird? I always think, like, if Shaq was willing to play the role he played for Dwayne Wade, for Kobe, which obviously he couldn't because there was a lot more water under the bridge. He came to Dwayne Wade in a new situation where he's coming to someone else's home.
Yeah.
Whereas with Kobe, it's like, fam, we've been together 8 years. I already don't really mess with you like that. So for me to concede the throne and now I'm the sidekick to you would be a bit of a slap in the face. But if he was to do that, knowing that he got one in Miami, they definitely would have won 2 more. At least, I think.
Do you think?
At least.
I think the rest of the team was kind of done out, though.
You flesh it out.
I think the Lakers maxed out still.
You flesh it out. Think about it. You have Kobe in his prime. But that's the thing, though.
The reason why I'm saying they're not going to win any titles, yeah, is because Shaq was out of shape. When Shaq went
he got in shape in Miami.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. If he got into that shape with but it's too much of a hypothetical because you didn't like you reached a point in your relationship where you didn't like him at that point.
Yeah, like
so you can't almost sweep that under the carpet.
Yeah, and with Shaq, I think after the relationship, after his relationship with Kobe ended how it ended, I think he kind of knew that how it
I can't behave like that with Dwayne Wade.
It hasn't worked out with Penny Hardaway. It kind of hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out with Kobe. I have to make it work with Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
So he was more inclined to be in shape. Whereas with Kobe, he was very complacent. He didn't actually think that Kobe could seize the throne from him.
And you know what? I think he probably thought Kobe couldn't win without him.
That was the narrative that was being perpetuated.
He probably thought that himself.
Yeah, Ray Allen. There was a bit where Ray Allen even said to him that I prophesized that Kobe's not going to win a title without Shaq because he's bare selfish.
Yeah.
This was after Shaq left. Then obviously they got Pau Gasol. And Kobe's fortunes changed. But the narrative was that how Kobe's not going to win with a title without Shaq.
And that,
and I can see how that would annoy man. I'm not even gonna lie because if man
that would eat me alive. If I was that good, I can't lie. That would eat me alive.
Because even when Kobe won his 5th title, he's like, "What does this mean to you?" He's like, "Yeah, I've got one more than Shaq."
Exactly. And at that point, this is all in the rear view. They're probably blessed up.
Not really. They properly became blessed after Dwight Howard came to the Lakers. Because they both... Do you remember when Shaq was doing Shaq to the full?
Yeah.
And Kobe Bryant was training with Dwight Howard to come to the Lakers. And Dwight Howard was kind of like...
I remember that.
Dwight Howard was kind of expecting Kobe to be like opening and welcoming towards Dwight Howard. But Kobe's thinking, wait, I whooped your ass in 2009. And it
was easy.
Yeah. And since then, you haven't done nothing. Why must I go out of my way to ingratiate you? If you wanna be the leader of this team, you have to take this team from me. Otherwise, I'm not that guy. Kobe kind of wanted Dwight to fight him for the team, because Kobe's an alpha male like that. I'm not just gonna give up my territory. You're gonna have to fight me for the territory. You're gonna have to kill me for the territory. And Dwight Howard wasn't an alpha male in that respect. So, in Dwight Howard being Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant and Shaq sort of had an appreciation for each other, and I think that's when they became fully blessed. That's when we saw the interviews. Not saying that they weren't cool before that, but it was just cordial, like.
Yeah, because you had the All-Star 09 moment where they were co-MVP.
Yeah.
He gave the trophy to Shaq. To his son, to give to his son. But yeah, no, you're probably right. It probably took being with Dwight Howard, someone who's like being built up as like, yeah, this is the dominant guy in the league. This is the big man. And then you get him and you're like, what? This is it. Wow. When I had Shaq, you know what Shaq... Yeah. Shaq used to piss me off, but at least Shaq would blah, 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 blah. Like, that's probably what it came down to.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then that year, also Phil left him in that year, and he was in free agency for the first time.
Yeah. Kobe wanted to get traded to Chicago. He wanted to carry on. He even said that how he was looking for houses in Chicago because he wanted to carry on Michael Jordan's legacy.
Fully prepared to leave.
So.
But do you think this is where, like, it's murky for me? Do you think that him being fully prepared to leave as a negotiation tactic is basically forcing Shaq out the Lakers?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He gave the Lakers an ultimatum where it's like, okay, cool. If you don't get rid of this guy, I'm ducking. So he was looking for houses in Chicago, but then obviously.
But that's my prerogative.
Yeah, exactly. Kobe wanted to build. Kobe was sick and tired of the narrative that how he's not winning without Shaq. So he wanted to build a legacy on his own. So he's gone to Jerry Buss, like, it's either him or me, basically. Then they traded Shaq. Then Kobe was like, okay, cool. Me looking for houses in Chicago is out the window then, because they're not going to trade me and Shaq in the same year. So, yeah, Kobe did want Shaq gone. And I don't even begrudge him for that. But
The thing is, though, their priority, though, was to re-sign Kobe, though, to more money. They were always going to do that, regardless of him making that negotiation stance. Because of where the players were at in their careers, who'd been injured more. Like, you forget, like, Shaq the last 2 years after those championships was more injured than he was before.
Yeah.
So Kobe was always going to be the max player. It was whether... And Shaq did... This is the thing. It's like, I agree with what you're saying, but my thing is that wasn't the only thing in place. Shaq didn't want to take less money. So does that not force your hand as well? He wasn't going down from 30 to 20 million. So
he definitely took less money in Miami, though.
Yeah, but you've got a situation where it's like, okay, the guy you want to be the new alpha says he doesn't want to assume that he doesn't want to stay unless the old guy goes. And the old guy is saying, I don't want to stay unless I'm paid like I was before. No, which they literally cannot do. So do you not think their hands are forced anyway?
No, because Shaq's probably saying, I'm not taking less money, thinking Dr. Jerry Buss is going to be like, yeah, you won us 3 championships, you won 3 finals MVP, don't worry, Shaq, we got you.
You've also been injured the last 2 years, you're a big man, and you're overweight. And you have been the last 2 years.
I understand that, but I think Shaq...
And you're 30 plus.
Yes, but
this guy's in his mid-20s.
Yes, but I think Shaq was very delusional. I think Shaq was very delusional at that point. And delusional mixed with jealousy in it. Because he was kind of jealous of Kobe Bryant in the sense that how they were sort of ready to they were
Give him the keys.
Yeah, they were ready to give him the keys. So I don't know. I think obviously it was in their best interest that they split. But yeah, Kobe definitely wanted Shaq gone, and I don't begrudge him, because if man have been saying for 2-3 years that or however long, you can't win without Shaq. Alright, cool, fuck him, let him go. I hear that. I hear that. I don't mind. I hear that. Listen, I don't mind. Let him go. I'll at least give me the opportunity to see what I can do as the alpha male in the team. I can understand that. But then don't say if Shaq had my conditioning or whatever, we would have won more championships. Just don't say stuff like that. I just don't want to hear that. You wanted Shaq gone, he went. You maximised what you done. You maximised yourself when Shaq left, and let it just be that. That's just my stance. And you know what's crazy? If Kobe didn't lose in 2008, he would have three-peated.
Yeah, by himself. Well, not by himself, but as the alpha.
Yeah. So Kobe was kind of right to think that how he could do it by himself, and I don't begrudge him.
He's one of the. Nah, LeBron had Wade and thing, but he's one of the few people I'd say were in their absolute physical and mental prime of their career. Because I'd say Kobe's absolute peak. I think his peak probably lasts from about 2001 to about 2013. But in terms of like, you ain't been injured too much, you're at the right age, you've been in the league the right amount of time, blah, 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 blah. You're at like the perfect storm. I think for him that's 2003 to about 2008.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And he was devoid of help until 2008.
Yeah.
Because even 9 and 10, I think you're on the tail end of your prime.
Yeah. If Kobe had...
But because you're you can extend it.
Yeah. If Kobe had help, the 05, 06 season where he went ham, oof, he could have done things. But how willing would Kobe have been to ingratiate?
I think it would have depended on who the help is. If you got him Kevin Garnett, it would have been calm. I just think you don't get him an idiot. You don't get him someone who's built up but isn't really it. You get him a real Donny. Yeah. Someone that's willing to be in the trenches with him.
But I think with Kobe, I just think up until 2007, 2008, the year where he won the MVP, I just think he was a good one-man show. Whereas 2007, 2008, where he actually won the MVP, he was actually a good team player. In a sense where he actually embraced being the leader. He knew how to ingratiate others. Like, he was very...
Okay, we're at 03, 04 now. They're telling that they lose to Detroit. I would have graded him a C+ for that year, because I would say... Okay, at this point, would you say he's the best player in the league?
No, Tim Duncan's there.
So you'll go with Duncan?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say he's the best player in the league at this point. So I'll say to be the best player in the league at this point and to not win with... I don't care what you're doing or how you're arguing, to not win with Shaq, Karl Malone and Gary Payton, you cannot get higher than a C. And then you get to the year where obviously it's his team and he misses the playoffs for the first time. And you get the first Christmas Day meeting with Shaq. And I remember this game so clearly. This was like the first time for me where like NBA Christmas Day was a thing.
Yeah.
Shaq versus Kobe, the first time. Kobe dropped like 40 odd. I think Shaq got fouled out. Miami Heat won, though, the better team in that. But like the anticipation for that game, I was only like 12, I think, but still you knew like this is a thing right here. And that year, like, they didn't make the playoffs, but not a lot of people talk about the fact that they were in playoff contention until he got hurt. and he gets injured, comes back, don't make the playoffs. I think they won. I think it was something weird, like 2 of their last 17 games. But yeah, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Shaq left, Kobe didn't make the playoffs. We're just like, well, they were about to make the playoffs. If he stayed healthy that whole year, they would have made the playoffs. Probably they would have lost in the first round, but and that's like those years for me when he has those bad teammates. Like that's a great shame. What are you saying?
Yeah, I feel like Kobe was kind of unfortunate that how his absolute apex, he didn't have help. But actually, I don't want to say because he got rid of Shaq, that's the reason why he didn't have help. Because Shaq could have been in his late 30s.
And who tells your GMs to trade Shaq for Brian Grant, Lamar Odom, and Peter? It's like, bro, yeah, like do a better job as GMs. Like, build me a team. Obviously, you wanted Finn gone. We should have got more back for him. Even though Lamar Odom turned it out to be like a very valuable piece to his success later. But like, I just feel like those years, the next couple of years, like we even go into 05, 06, and that's where you get the 81-point year, the year where he's averaging 30 in January. 40 in January, 40 in March, 65 in 3 quarters against Dallas.
Yeah.
It's like, this is all well and good. And I even remember it in secondary school, it's like, this is all well and good, but you ain't gonna win shit.
Yeah.
Not gonna do nothing. And it ended up that way.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Up until 07, 08, Kobe was just a good one-man show. But
that's unfair, though, because he's won 3 chips, so how can you say that?
Because he was still kind of selfish.
If he was selfish, they would not have won. You would have got the Detroit series where, yeah, he didn't want to pass to Shaq all of those times, and they would not have won anything.
So what, you're going to argue that Kobe wasn't selfish? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to argue that it's deep because selfish has such negative connotations. It implies that it's detrimental. He wasn't selfish enough to the detriment of the team at the beginning. He had single-minded goals, I'd say. But shouldn't you? Like, you ain't no role player. You're not no ordinary guy. Like, we can't in one breath now be all up in arms. Oh my God, Kevin Durant went to Golden State to play with a 73-win team and all that, blah, blah, blah. He's so good, blah, blah, blah. So, in one vein, we're going to criticize him for, quote-unquote, taking the easy way out and joining a good team. But then we're going to criticize another person for wanting to show that they are that guy. It's a difficult thing to balance.
Yeah. You know what? I don't begrudge I don't begrudge KD going to Golden State anyway. But with Kobe, I do feel like with Kobe's very Machiavellian in the sense that how he's a forward thinker. So people are not always going to understand his thought process. His thought process is, okay, cool. If I win 3 titles as Shaq's little brother, when it comes to the GOAT debate, they're going to use that against me. So let me just get rid of my man, do my thing by myself, then judge me adequately.
But my thing is that if I'm in the GOAT debate, do I not have a right to make that decision? Not everyone's in the GOAT debate.
Yeah, Kobe's not.
Not every, huh?
Kobe's not in it.
No, but he was. He isn't in it because his career is finished, and we've seen what you've done, and we weigh it up against other people, and we go, okay, yeah, you're not quite there. But let's talk about the context of you playing. at the time, in the present. You're in that conversation. People are saying you're the next Michael Jordan. People are saying you can do this. We look at him now. He's in most people's top 10s. He's in some people's top 5s. He's in people that idolize Kobe Bryant, top 3, top 1, 2. But anyone you speak to, he's about in their top 10 to 5 to 15, I'd say, NBA players ever. Am I lying?
Yeah, that's about right.
Not everyone has that pressure on you. So I'm saying, when that's you, do you not have a responsibility somewhat to try and answer that question? Am I the GOAT? Am I the greatest of all time? Yes or no?
He should.
Exactly.
Kobe's good enough to actually be concerned with that debate. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. Like, I think with Kobe, two things can be true. I understand his mindset, but I can also see the flaws in it.
And this is why I say he's the greatest anti-hero of all time, because I can see the flaws in it. The way he played, I'm not going to unless a little kid comes up to me and I can see, yeah, you're a bit special, you're a bit different. Like, the way you're mad. I'm not going to coach you to shoot over a double team. Say, pass that. I'm not going to tell you to pump fake it twice and then raise up over a man. But when you have that skill set, when you got that gift, you have to explore that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do feel like he wasn't as efficient as certain players doing it, like Michael Jordan.
You know what's mad though? For someone who took as much dumb shots as he did, and I watched bare Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe. And I say dumb shots when I just mean shots that I wouldn't advise. Man shoots 46, 47% for a career. So imagine if man was doing all the science that you're asking him to do, picking his spots more. That 81-point game, I think it was 28 or 46. Yeah. And people are like, oh, you took 46 shots. I'm like, bro, he's 28 or 46, 7 of 13 from 3. What more do you want? And there was a point where they're down double digits. They needed every single one of those 81 points.
Yeah, he was like 66% from the field that game.
So, when people throw the efficiency thing, it's just like, it's definitely a mindset thing over an ability thing. Like, I don't think we're dealing with someone that's a poor shooter and just shoots bare and by, probability makes enough to get those stats. Nah. It's definitely what you're saying. I think there was definitely a Machiavellian complex there a little bit.
Yeah, and obviously in
a bit of ego.
Yeah, definitely. And with that 2005-2006 Lakers teams, he was really taking them shots.
Who are you passing to? The only person I might have passed to last year, Caron Butler, you got rid of for Kwame Brown. Like, I might have passed to Caron Butler, innit? I might have done that. Nah, I got no one.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
What would you say, because we're about to wrap up. Okay, so we've covered 10 years of his careers. We're at 2006. We're at 3 chips, no MVPs, multiple all-team, all-NBA teams, multiple All-Star games, an All-Star game MVP. Where would you say at this point in 2006 Kobe is sort of all time? This is half his career, just number 8.
I would say he's about 20.
Top 20.
Yeah, top 20 to 30. think about 20 to 30.
So the best Robin ever currently. Wait, Scottie Pippen still.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen was all-time Robin top 50 though. So, 2005, 2006. That's a hard one, but he's won 3 titles. So,
or better yet, okay. What current NBA player would you put him equivalent as at this point in 06?
like a Klay Thompson. You're not the guy on the team, but you're important. You can go off any given Sunday. Klay Thompson.
I was going to say Kyrie.
I think I can understand that. But Kyrie was not...
Kyrie has less evidence by himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And neither does Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay is the same as well, yeah.
But I think...
The other one would have been Harden, but Harden's got no rings. But yeah, it would have... It's a cross between Kyrie and Harden, I'd say. At 06, he would be at, in terms of modern day stature.
I think it would be more of a cross between Kyrie and Klay Thompson. Like, they've never been the guy...
What about your guy, Kawhi Leonard?
Oh, yeah, Kawhi. But Kawhi's on the Finals MVP.
Yeah, okay. Kawhi's fine. Okay, Kawhi's Finals MVP.
No, Kawhi's about right. Kawhi is
exactly
about,
because I was gonna say Kawhi's Finals MVP or what? Kobe's 01 or 02s.
Yeah, Kawhi's about right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kawhi's about right.
Kawhi.
Kawhi's about right. Important championship piece. You weren't the guy until Tim Duncan bounced like that. You weren't officially the guy until Tim Duncan bounced. Same with Kobe. He wasn't officially the guy until Shaq bounced. Important though, when it came to winning. And yeah, like
crucial.
Yeah, crucial when it came to winning. And I think when they were actually able to show what they could do by themselves, they done a lot. Like Kobe's when Kobe had. Oh, this is up to the 05, 06.
Yeah, we were cutting off at 06.
Yeah, I feel like Kobe kind of shown that what he could do.
In his second chapter.
Yeah, I think Kobe kind of showed what he could do at that point. So, yeah, Kawhi.
Okay, last question before we wrap up. Yeah, do you think? Yeah. Okay, how many championships do you think Kobe Bryant would have got if he wasn't drafted next to Shaq? So he went to let's say the modern day trajectory. Got drafted by a bad team. You were there for about 6-7 years. Eventually in free agency went where you went, built a team around you.
Zero. If Charlotte got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, we might not have heard of him. I'm not gonna lie.
Zero.
He just would have been putting up mad numbers in Charlotte and getting bounced out like the first or second round. Might not have been.
I think he already showed you he would have at least had 2, but cool. Continue to be disrespectful, innit?
No, if he had been drafted by Charlotte, I'm saying 0. What, first 6-7 years? That's what
he would not have stayed at Charlotte. He would have made it out of Charlotte. That's what I'm saying. He would have been out of Charlotte in 6-7 years. Basically, what I'm saying, I'm saying is, if he for the whole of his 20 years didn't have to play second fiddle, how many rings do you think he would have had?
2. 2.
You're not giving him any more. So in a 20-year career, you think he would have got 2?
2, bruv. LeBron's been playing for like 17, 18 years, bruv. He just about got 4, bruv. That's not.
Well, he has 4. You think Kobe would have got 2?
Yeah, as the best player on the team, 2. You're saying if he didn't have to play with Shaq, how many titles would Kobe have? 2. He's not beating Boston with the big 3. 2. 2 is about right. And that's not even me being...
So teams built around him as the best player. So as a GM, I'm finding what he needs. He's the best player to take me
2.
home. You're giving him 2. All right, cool,
because
man.
Kobe was only an ingratiating player.
All right, man.
Kobe was only an ingratiating player from... Without Shaq, Kobe was only an ingratiating player from 07 to 08. And that's... What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
So coincidentally, when Andrew Bynum is coming in his own, Derek Fisher's back, you get Paul Gasol, you have Trevor Ariza on the team. Sounds like help to me.
Yes.
Oh, so when he has... So what... The question is, if he had help by himself as the best player on the team, you say he's only getting 2 in a 20-year career?
Yes.
All right, cool, man. I end it there.
Listen, no, we're not ending it. So what?
2.
If we had got rid of Shaq here and we replaced...
We're not talking about... okay, yeah, go on.
If we had got rid of Shaq here and we replaced him with the Kembe Mutombo and Kobe's the guy on that team, what? Do you think they're winning 3 titles in a row?
No, you need more help than Dikembe.
We're replacing Shaq, so that's centre for centre.
You need someone better than Dikembe. You need someone better than Dikembe.
Okay, behind Shaq, who was the... So what's help? You have to define help. We got 5 minutes, by the way, so...
Another fully fledged All-Star.
Okay, so... Okay, if we would have got rid of Shaq...
Because remember, he got Pau. And I'm not going to undersell Pau, but he got Pau Gasol in one on the tail end of his prime. I'm saying, so what? If Kobe had Chris Webber, he ain't winning.
What years,
If Kobe
though?
had KG.
What years, though?
If Kobe didn't pay out with Dirk.
But what years are we talking about? Because...
Mid-2000s.
He's not winning. Because
Where we had Kobe and T-Mac.
Listen, if Shaq was on a team and he had another dominant wing, regardless of without Kobe, they're winning the title. If we had paired Kobe and Tim Duncan and Shaq and Tracy McGrady, Shaq and Tracy McGrady are winning. So, no. Whatever team Shaq was on, they were winning the chip. So, no. 2 titles, and I stick by that. I'm not even being deep, but 2 titles is 2 titles. Listen, Larry Bird only won 3 titles. Top 10 player all time. Top 5 if you ask me, but top 10 player all time.
I don't think he's...
Saying Kobe Bryant would have won 2 titles if you had got rid of Shaq or without the Shaq years is not an insult.
But yeah, you're right. I didn't look at it that way. Yeah, Shaq would have definitely had help. So I'm trying to think, okay, so what year would Kobe have been allowed to eat? What year would a Shaq became too fat and out of shape? Okay, so... Yeah,
probably 2000.
So about 2003-04, you might be given the window. So, okay, how many championships could you win?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But then, yeah, LeBron James is coming... Yeah.
Kobe had the talent, yeah?
Maybe 3-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
2 is calm. Maybe, but like, I don't know, man. After Shaq left, yeah, Kobe was all-time selfish at that time, so I can't really give him a title. But when he knew how to ingratiate...
But that's the thing, he got two after getting Pau Gasol in 08. What if he got an all-star straight away?
No, because Kobe's mindset was, I need to eat. I'm not trying to share my rations with anybody.
So you think he had to have the seasons where it's like, okay, I'm dropping 35 and we're losing to the Suns?
Yes. Yes. He needed that. Absolutely. Absolutely. He needed that. Because if man was putting up 36 points a game and he was winning titles, he would have been like, fam, I don't need Pau Gasol. You can jam. But you need to have them losing seasons to be like, to put things into context. Like, me eating does not mean that everyone eats.
But when he actually knew how to what's the word? How to share his portions freely, let Pau Gasol eat, and his basketball IQ actually improved.
It was always up there.
It wasn't always up there. If you're always thinking, I need to eat, you're not thinking about how to make the team function better as a whole. Your basketball IQ is not there.
The team will function better on a whole if I'm eating.
No, it doesn't. Because he didn't make the playoffs. He got bounced out in the first round. He was angry that people were saying he shot all the time.
I'd be angry too if I lost the game 6 and I dropped 50. But
I don't know, man. I think 2 titles. And that's not even me being rude. 2 titles.
Some people don't get in. But no, it's been good today, man. It's been jokes. I've enjoyed myself today still.
This is fun still.
I hope that obviously on this anniversary we've provided you with some entertainment, some laughs, a nice sort of introspective on the first half of Kobe Bryant's career. And obviously we'll have part 2 for you on his birthday when that comes round. But like we said at the beginning, like, share and subscribe. I'm your host for today, Joshua Vino.
Joey Jones in the building.
And thank you for listening. This is We Call Game, and we're finished for today. We out.